Good evening, guys. Good evening. About 6:30 here, rolling out of the shop, headed to the house. Still got about probably 45 minutes of work to do at the house, but I need to go let my dog out. He's been inside for quite a while, so I'm gonna let him out, get my work finished at the house, and then wife and I are gonna grab dinner. Try and get a little reading in this evening, and then spend a little time watching a movie with her before we get to bed. So it's kind of what I got left on the agenda tonight. Don't have any JRA calls. Normally have JRA calls at night, so didn't schedule any for tonight. What I want to talk to everybody about right now, for those of you out there that you've been watching these videos, you've been researching junk removal, you've been thinking about going out on it and doing it on your own, but you're doing a job where you're making good money. You're making 75, you're making 100,000 plus. The way we're set up on our business packages and the services we offer, we actually welcome absentee owners. And a lot of times, an absentee owner is somebody that working their junk removal business is not their primary job. Guys, what we want you to do is we want you to ultimately be successful. That's what we're number one. We're not a franchise. We don't charge royalties. It doesn't matter how much extra money you bring in. Our services are the same cost. So we're set up for absentee owners, because a lot of times you quitting your job where you're making 100,000 plus a year, or you're making 75,000 a year to go off and start a junk removal business. Guys, it's going to be probably 4 years. If you do it the JRA way, which is big time growth, which is a business that doesn't rely on you, which is a business that gives you freedom where you're not on the truck all the time, you're probably year 4 before you're going to make $100,000. Year 3, maybe. Year 4, probably 100. Now, the neat thing is year 4 on, that amount becomes several hundred thousand that you can make. Depending on your market, it becomes several hundred thousand profit, take-home pay that you can make. So, a lot of you out there, what's been holding you back is you haven't been wanting to lose that big income to go for what you believe to be is not of a sure thing, which nothing's ever completely sure, and just miss out on that income. I mean, you don't expect to go into it making 100,000 right off the bat. Depending on, not all jobs you can do this, but if you have just a little bit of flexibility, depending on what times you go in, and if you're willing to go in early, if you're willing to go into your junk removal business, get all you guys on the road in the morning, and then in the evening check in. And even you don't have to do that every day. If you find one trustworthy guy that can split the week with you or something like that, it can be done absentee. We're working a company out of New York. He's not purchased a business package yet, but he makes good money, somewhere around 100,000 a year, and he actually works overnight. And his flexibility, though, that allows him to have flexibility to get his guys checked in the morning, to check them, and then to just kind of check everything at the end of the day, making sure they got the trucks cleaned up, making sure they restocked inventory in the trucks, making sure everything, all the paperwork and payments were filed away correctly. All that type of stuff he can get done. And then he can still sleep, and we'll handle dispatch. So our call center answer calls, our dispatch can actually handle all job dispatch. So should you choose. So, theoretically, he funds the money to get the business started. He's overseeing it. He's stopping in on jobs when he can. This particular person's checking in the morning, checking out in the evening when he can. Maybe handling dispatch at times, making sure the trucks stay maintained, making sure inventory stays up, and they got all the tools they need. Attending, at times, sales calls if needed, but the majority of our marketing platform is online. Yeah, you can get additional business. Somebody that can focus on their junk removal business full time is going to make more money than somebody that is running it absentee. But we can still make it a successful business and a successful investment. We're going to have a train pass by here in a minute. Successful investment for you. We can allow you to go ahead and get in there, get started, keep your current income. And that way you can really be hitting advertising hard. You can be really working on growing a great business. And then year 3, year 4, if you want to retire, if you want to quit your corporate job and then go into working your junk removal business, you can generally be making as much, if not more, than what you were making in your corporate job. I mean, unless you're a CEO of some company making $500,000, $1 million a year, or something like that, you can make $500,000 a year on a junk removal business. But likely, at least if you're just going to be in one market, if you're not going to expand into multiple markets, it's to make $500,000. It's going to take 5, 6, probably closer to 7, 8 years if you're gonna have a single location, maybe more. In some markets, you probably don't have the potential to make $500,000. But if you're out there, you're making $100,000, $200,000 a year. By year 4, year 5, in there, you can generally match that salary. At that point, you could go off, be your own boss. You've already got a business that's running well without you. And then you can get in there, you can focus in on sales, you can get to Chamber of Commerce meetings, you can be calling people and realtors, you can be doing home shows. At that point, you can do all the type of stuff you haven't been doing in the past to try and squeeze every extra penny out. So it requires a lot of hard work. You got a full-time job, you're working 40, 50 hours a week or whatever, and then you're going to be working another 15 hours or so a week as an absentee owner for junk removal. So, I mean, you're going to be busting it hard. But it's really going to set you up for a lot of success, and it's something that the franchises aren't going to do because they make more money when your business grosses more. So we're okay. We don't care. If your business doesn't gross as much as it possibly could, that doesn't bother us. We charge a flat rate for our services just depending on what we're doing for you, and there's no percentage of gross. So we don't make more as you make more money. So that's one of the unique things about our business packages, our business concept, and the services we provide. Looking forward to continuing to work with everybody. Please, guys, if y'all are ready to do a junk removal business, remember, you don't have to quit your current job. Call us, 919-466-9322. We'll talk about it. Not all jobs are cut out for it. We're going to be 100% honest with you. We're going to get details, how much we're going to get details on how much you're making, how much you're working, what kind of flexibility you got, all that, what type of work are you doing, all that sort of deal. And we'll let you know if we think it's a viable option for you to run an absentee. And if it's not a viable option, we'll let you know that as well and assist you with other options you might have moving forward. Most businesses and most jobs, you can run absentee with our assistance. Because like I said, we can book jobs, we can do dispatch. You need somebody that's able to oversee stuff, making sure that all the stuff is getting done right, doing some follow-up calls with customers and that sort of deal. So call us, 919-466-9322. Subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That Junk Removal Made Simple episode is uploading. I know it's a little later today than typical, but it is uploading, and I think it's going to provide a lot of value to people. It should be uploaded in the next couple hours. So talk to everybody real soon. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thanks again.